عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. كيف الحال يا جماعة? Hope everyone is doing good. So, today with this episode from Breakdown Series, we're gonna break down and do a response and / reaction of Dr. Jordan Peterson recent video, which is message to Muslims, because everybody is responding to this video right now. People who know Jordan Peterson is responding. People who never heard of him is responding. And that's a little bit annoying. For me, at least. That is a little bit annoying. So what we're going to do today is we're going to hear what Jordan Peterson was saying, and we will respond to him. Okay? English comment only, guys. Never comment in Arabic on this episode or on this series. That's an English content for English speaker. I hope that will be clear. So let's jump into it. First of all, before I jump into it, why I do think that I'm qualified person to do a response to Dr. Jordan Peterson video, because I know this man very much. So I know this man to the degree that I watched over than 300 to 400 hours of him speaking, between lectures, public interviews, and debates, everything. So I studied this man like real studying. I know him very well, and I watched almost all of the psychological lectures that he put online. People who follow me, they know that I'm interested in psychology and behavioral psychology, generally speaking, and he's one of the most sharp psychologists and well-known in the world right now. So that's why I think that I have to do a response for him. And I'm a Muslim, I'm a native Arabic speaker. I know the scriptures, I know the text. So yeah, I thought that would be a good idea for my audience. Let's jump into it, guys, and start listening for Dr. Jordan Peterson and break down what he's saying sentence by sentence. Okay?
Hi, all. I have been informed by many sources and also observed online, not least because of my discussions with a variety of Muslim thinkers, supporters, and critics, that I have developed an audience in the Muslim world. I would first like to say that I could not be more pleased or honored that such is the case. It has been so heartening to see that my biblical lectures, for example, attracted a large Muslim audience, and that the comments from the Muslim watchers and listeners to my YouTube channel and podcast have been so extraordinarily positive. And all this is lovely to see in the aftermath of the extraordinary Abraham Accords, which have laid out the possibility for peace between all the people of the book in an unprecedented manner. And I have some...
Okay, first of all, he's acknowledging that he have a Muslim audience, and that's quite clear that he have a good Muslim audience. Even Muhammad Hijab in his discussion with Dr. Jordan Peterson in the interview on his channel, he told him that you have a lot of Muslim fans in the Muslim world, like a lot of Muslim people like you, love you, like admire you because of what you're saying, and you're standing against the immoral liberals and the leftists, and they appreciate that. So we have a lot of in common with Dr. Jordan Peterson from values standpoint of view, right? We have to acknowledge that, guys. Hussam saying, thanks, coach, for everything you do. Keep going. I heard your program and I am so happy that we have person like you in the Arabic country. Thank you. Thank you, bro. Appreciate it. So that's good. That's good. And by the way, Dr. Jordan Peterson's like mentioned a lot of time that he's ignorant about Islam. That means like he doesn't know a lot about Islam as a religion. It is not his research area. So I believe he did not read a lot about Islam. He doesn't know the regulations of Islam. He doesn't know like he doesn't have the like a good and deep idea about Muslims, Muslim sects, and the conflict between and what is the differences between them. So he's totally ignorant from that point of view or in that field. And he mentioned that he acknowledged that like several times. So let's get back to it.
Something to say as an extension of all of this. Please forgive my presumption, if you would.
Please forgive my presumption. The man is like this man, generally speaking, he's polite. He's polite comparing to a lot of other people. He's very polite. And when, if you remember, when Muhammad Hijab was talking to him, and he mentioned regard what he says about Prophet Muhammad as a warlord, he apologized. He apologized because he felt that some Muslims did not like that. So he's very careful when he speak to Muslims. He have no intention to gain enemies from the Muslim religion, and his personal traits as an agreeableness is 95%. He admitted it, like while he was talking to his daughter, Michaela Peterson. Yeah. So his agreeableness is 95%, and such character is so polite. Yeah.
It is time for those of you in the Muslim world to stop fighting among yourselves, you Shiites and Sunnis, and also time to stop regarding the Christians, and even more specifically, the Jews.
Okay, let me stop him here. So what he's saying is he's trying to give an advice for Muslims in general to fix the conflict between the sects of Muslim, like Sunni and Shia. He doesn't know anything about the differences in Aqidah, for example, between Sunni and Shia. He's totally ignorant regarding that. So, because I saw a lot of response, especially from shuyukh in Arabic world, they doesn't even speak English. They do not know what does he says. They do not understand. They heard that he says that and they are responding to him that he's trying to change our aqidah. No, he's not. No, he's not. That's a little bit exaggeration. He's not trying to do that. Even if you understood that he's trying to do that, that's not the case, most probably. That's not the case. The man doesn't know about Aqidah, doesn't know about the differences between the sects, like the Salafi, the Salafi, the Ash'ari, or the Madahib, the Sunni, the Shi'i, or other Madahib inside Sunni, like Maliki, Shafi'i, Hanbali, Hanafi. He doesn't know. He doesn't know anything. Like like as an outsider, he see that there is a conflict inside between Muslim sects or Muslim madhabs, and like he's advising the Muslims in general, like please just fix this issue and unite with each other. So he's not in that position with hidden evil like intention to destroy your aqidah because he's an enemy. No, no, that's naive. That's real naivety. No, he doesn't have that bad intention. He have a lot of respect for Muslims and Islam generally speaking. So he doesn't have that bad intention trying to destroy your aqidah. No, no, man, no. Hello, Miles. So let's get back to it. And regarding what he's saying about Jews, any outsider, because I dealt with a lot of non-Muslims, Western non-Muslims. From their point of view, they feel like the conflict is between Muslims and Jews as a religion, between Muslims as religion and Jews as religion. And that's not the case, Dr. Jordan Peterson. I mentioned you in the title, like I hope you will see this video, but that's not the case. Here it is totally different. Like we do not hate the Jews because they are Jews. We hate people who take our lands. So you can put in this blank anyone. So if Buddhist people took our land, we will fight them. If Christians took our land, we will fight them. If Jews took our land, occupied a Muslim country, we will fight them. So it is not about the religion itself. Like, do I have problem with a Jew living in the United States and have nothing to do with Israel or the Zionist occupation of Palestine? No, I have no problem. I have a friends. I have like a Jew friends, but they're not Zionist. They do not live in Israel, and they do not support Israeli occupation. They do not support the Zionist occupation of Palestine. So, do I hate them as a Jews? No, no, they are good people. They are good people. I'm not following their religion, and they're not following mine. Everybody's keeping his religion, his aqidah, his creed. So, but like we can live in harmony with each other. And I'll give you, Doctor, I hope you will see this video. I'll give you another example. There is Jews who live in Palestine since hundreds of years. Since hundreds of years. They live in Nablus. They call it Samiriyin, Yahud Samiriyin, which is Samarian, I believe the translation in English, the Samarian Jews. They live there, they speak Arabic and they speak Hebrew, and they live in harmony with the Muslims since hundreds of years before the Zionist occupation, when it was under the Islamic ruling. They live there, nobody killed them, nobody hates them. They live, they have their homes, they have their shops, they have their business, and like they're so peaceful with the other Muslims and Christians in Palestine. So nobody have any issue with that from Muslims. We do not hate them because they are Jews. But regarding the Zionist occupation of Palestine, yeah, we have problem with that. If somebody occupied your country or your city as Toronto or Canada from any religion, will you love them? No, that's absurd. Like, you will be a coward if you love your occupier. Of course, you will have problem with them. I hope like this will make sense. So Dr. Jordan Peterson here seems to not differentiate between the conflict, like the conflict with people, landowner, or the people, the land population, the original land population, and the occupier, and the religious conflict. This is not a religious conflict. We do not hate them because they are Jews. We hate them because they are occupying a Muslim country, Muslim Arabic country, to be more specific. So it is occupier and the landowners conflict. It is not based on the religion itself. If they still, like for example, these people, if they're still in Europe and they're still Jews, do we hate them? No, that will be okay. I know Jews who do not support Zionist in Palestine. And do I have problem with them? No, at all. Like we can be friends. We can be partners in business. We can do business with each other. That's okay. That's okay. But as an occupier of a Muslim land, that will never be okay with Muslims. From any religion, by the way, it's not only Jews, from any religion, religious, non religious, from the book, out of the book, even secular occupier. Anybody occupy a Muslim country, he will have problem with the Muslim nation. So I hope that's very clear. Thank you, Mustafa. Thank you, bro. So let's get back to it.
As your enemies. Why?
As I mentioned, the Jews, as a Jews from their religion, they are not my enemy. If we have a conflict over a Muslim land, yes, they are our enemy. And that applies of all religions, not only Jews.
Why? Not least because you have the enemy located in the wrong place. First, the best place to find Satan, let's say, is within. If you think the true enemy is in someone else's heart, then you haven't thought nearly long enough about the darkness within. And you have therefore fallen prey to the most subtle temptation of the ancient demonic spirit. So your best bet on the spiritual warfare front is to make of yourself and your Muslim practice something so admirable that the light shining from your well-constituted psyches and productive, generous, and wise actions is so intense that people convert to your faith from sheer admiration.
Yeah, he's acknowledging that the effect of Islam on other people and what do we practice as a religion, that people admire and like been impressed to the degree that they convert from other religions to our religion by high rate. Only English, guys. Only English. Only English. I said it 100 times. Only English. This series is by English language for English speaking people. So no need to write any comment in Arabic. By the way, I believe in the next episode, I will close the chat only for members. That will be better because I don't need to say that over and over and over and over like I'm talking to five years kids. No. So this okay. As I was saying, he's acknowledging the revert from other religions, and he is acknowledging that the Muslims practicing their Islam and their values is impressive for most of people, and they are converting from all other religions to our religion. And he mentioned that the devil might be inside, and I totally agree. I totally agree. We have to fix our internal problems as Muslims, as Muslim nation. I totally agree with that. Like every religion, especially like the big religions such as Christianity and Islam's, they have to fix their internal problems and they have to settle some problems and to unite. As a general advice, that's good. Like that's a good advice. That's a good advice. But that does not mean that there is no evil outside. That does not mean there is no evil outside. Like there is no There is no contradiction here. We have to work in ourselves inside the religion and to fix our internal issue, yes. But that does not mean there is no evil people or like satanic people or people with bad intention of out of Muslim nation. So there is no contradict here. Okay. Zachi, hi Zachi, hello coach. Been waiting for you to break down that video since he published it. You got it. You got it, bro. Okay, let's get back to it.
There's a goal. Second, far more unites you with the other people of the book, as your own prophet himself, peace be unto him, forthrightly said, than what divides you.
Okay, I do totally agree with this statement, and God Himself mentioned it in Quran, and the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam mentioned that we are close with the people of the book more than other people, like Christians and Jew. We have more in common as values with these people than the other non-believers, like atheists, like Buddhists, like Sikh, like other beliefs or secular people, especially atheist people. We have more in common in values with people of the book as Christians and Jews. So people who is really following their books, not a secular or non-believer just saying I'm a Jew or I'm a Christian. I'm a Christian girl and I slept with 150 guy before marriage. You're saying you're Christian, but like, do you really practice the Christian value? Do you really believe in them? I'm a Christian, but I never go to church. I know nothing about the Bible. I know nothing about the biblical values. Do I have to believe that you're a Christian? You're Christian by name. You're not practicing any of the Christianity values. So people who believe in the values and who follow the book, we have more in common with them than other people. So I totally agree with this statement. My thoughts exactly when I watched his video. This guy needs to take his own advice. You can destroy and occupy others' homes, then ask them to be nice and peaceful. It's a pure hypocrisy. He did not say that like, how did you assume, Abu Arab, that he support destroying other people's homes? That's straw man fallacy. You're just putting your concept, the concept, in his mouth. He never said that. He's giving a general advice.
You all believe, for example, in a book. You all believe, for example, in God and believe that you have an ultimate duty to that God. You are all followers of a prophetic tradition. And that is a tradition that unites the wisdom of the past with the vision and voice of those willing to see and speak truly and lovingly in the present. And you are
Okay, he's mentioning things that we have in common, the people of the book, Muslims, Christians, and Jews, that we all believe in God. Okay, as a general statement, that's right. We don't believe in the concept of God is not the same in the three religions, but we all believe in God. Yes, we all believe in God. We all follow a prophetic practice or values, or instruction, recommendation. Yes, we all have prophets, like people who spread their messages to us. Yes, that's right. So that's like generally what he's saying is right now.
are all threatened in a very real sense by the system of vengeful Luciferian ideas that currently confronts all that is transcendent, traditional, and valuable.
Okay, he's mentioning here that now there is some satanic, let's say, system or beliefs that have a clash with all of us as Muslims. He have a clash with you, with your value as a Muslim, with my value as Christian, with the Jews' value as Jews. And he's right. And he's right. The non-religious and the atheist, the leftist, no moral standard is working against all of our values. He's right. He's right about that. Does that mean, because I saw some responses just assuming things that he never says, and like just imagining things that he never mentioned, never in his life, such as the Abrahamic new religion, which is uniting the whole three books, the whole three religions under one religion. He never said that. He never mentioned that in his life. So is that the conspiracy theory in your mind that you, when you listen to anyone, you just want him to join the bad people or people with bad intention against your religion? That's victimhood mindset. I do not like that. No. And we have a lot among Muslims with victimhood mindset. You have to leave this, guys. You have to live this. You're not always 24/7 is the victim of all other people in the earth, and they all trying to destroy you and they hate you. And no, no, no. Most of people, they do not care. The vast majority of people, they do not care. So you don't have to be victim. You don't have to be victim all time, 24/7. You do not. Hussam, this is not the subject. So stick to the subject if you want to write comment. So that's conspiracy theory about. I'm not saying it might be not like it. It might be right regarding the new Abrahamic religion, the new Abraham religion, because I heard about it. I read a little bit about it, but to put anyone that you don't like under this conspiracy theory, I don't believe that's true. Yes, the victim mindset is very bad. If of course it's very bad, it will keep you weak. It will keep you weak. You are weak because you have it, and you will keep being weak if you think everyone is against me, everyone is is having this conspiracy against me, everyone hate me in the world. No, no, stop complaining like a pussy bitch. No, no, you just sound, I have to mention that some people, especially Arabic commentator people, Arab people, commenting on this, which is he is the white man just telling us what to do. You sound stupid. You sound like Black Lives Matter pussies. Really, you sounds like feminist. He's just a man telling women what to do. He never ever been a racist in his life. You know who accused him of being racist? Like white supremacist? The leftist bitches and hoes and weak men, the Black Lives Matter, the transgender community, all of the left guys who's accusing him of being racist, and there is no single evidence supporting that. So Does he think he's superior because he's a white, and he can tell the Muslim what to do? And that's bullshit. That's absolute garbage. Leave this mentality, guys. That's very weak mentality. He's not trying to do that. He never tried to do that. He's advising people, like he's giving advices to people since 25 years, and people is gaining a lot of values from his advices. So he have a good intention in general. So do not try to demonize him by any way that you can. He's just a white man talking to Muslims what they have to do, or talking to Arabs. What the fuck? We are, we Arabs used to have white slaves back in the days. We do not give a fuck about white or black or Hispanic. Nobody nobody can talk to us in this way, generally speaking. So he do not have like that intention of, I am the white man, I will tell Muslims what to do. No, that's bullshit. Like, that's teenagers, victimhood in teenagers mentality. Like, that's naive, that's stupid. Stop doing that. Stop doing that. Yeah, that's very weak. That's very stupid, guys. Don't you think so? Mustafa. By the way, coach, I recently watched an episode on Michaela Peterson channel from the series Opposing View, and it has to do with porn. Yeah, I saw that video. I did not watch it. I saw like few of it. Nicole Prowse says many absurd comments. Please react to it. I'll see. I'll see. I believe the next video, like the next episode of this series, will be reacting to Andrew Tate and like one of the Twitch streamers, Cower. So that will be fun. Okay, let's get back to Jordan Peterson.
On the sexual front, on the familial front, on the conceptual front, on the psychological and sociological front, and in the final analysis, on the theological front. So, how about we all quit squabbling over trinkets and details and face the real problem? And I should also point out that it is not the individual carriers of the woke, politically correct, degenerate neo-Marxist ideas that should be regarded as the enemy either. First, we must take the idea that the satanic impulse within is the prime enemy with all due seriousness. Second, we must understand that even those quite possessed by the spirit of Cain that attracts and drives confused and lost people to the Luciferian ideologies of the materialist utopians are, in the ideal, fully redeemable and only partially consumed.
Okay, I have to comment on this. So what he's saying, generally speaking, that there is an enemy on a value level, on a sociological level, and social level, and on theological level, that working against all of our value, like the three Abrahamic religion, and that's right, and that's right. The wokes, the leftists, the new liberals, the new Marxists, all of them working to destroy our values, generally speaking. Not because they hate us, but because they hate the effect of our values on the societies. And who's doing like the more damage on our societies? They are. They are doing the most damages to the family structure, for example, to the family unit among the whole world, really. And that effect is so clear in the last 50 years. the last around 60 years. So he's right about that. He's right about that. That the enemy is working against you Muslims and against us as a Christians and against the Jews as values. He's working against all of us, and that's right. He do not care what religion you are. He care about enforcing his agenda in all types of society, whether it's Muslims, it's Christians, it's Jew, because their values is against our all values and against our everything that we have in common with the book's religions. And he's right about that. He's right about that. Hussam, but he addressed Muslims in condescending manner. How? How? What did he say exactly that you felt that he addressed Muslim on condescending matter? How? Okay, let's get back. I'm waiting for your explanation, Hassan.
Even the committed student ideologues who have, for example, attacked me and others like me rather viciously are generally, say, 90% or perhaps 80, reasonable and potentially civilized people who could still see the light. Muslims, reach across the sectarian divide. Shiites, find a Sunni pen pal. Communicate with someone on the other side. Sunnis, do the same. And then, maybe, reach out tentatively to a Christian, or even, heaven forbid, a Jew.
He still have that idea. He have the idea that Muslims hate Jews because they are Jews. We do not hate Jews because they are Jews. We hate any occupier of Muslim land. So that's the main problem. It is not the religion itself. And like in the last 1,300 years, Jews used to live in the Islamic Empire in peace. So we have no problem with the religion itself. The history will document that. But I guess he never read like the Islamic literature of history, the Islamic historian literature. So yeah, he makes it sound like Muslims are the aggressors. How? While the majority of wars come from Christian Western, he already admitted that. He already admitted that most of the wars that is started by Christians while he was speaking with Muhammad Hijab. Please, Abu Arab, if you don't know what he stand off, do not assume things from your imagination. He already admit that in front of millions of people. He acknowledged that Christians do most of wars and they spilled most of bloods in the history. He already acknowledged that. Okay, let's get back to it.
Because perhaps it is time.
Okay, and I forgot that. He's advising Sunni and Shia to do communication and to try to find a common ground between them and stop fighting. Generally, that's a good idea. Like that's a good advice. Generally speaking, that's a good advice. And I believe Dr. Peterson is not like he have no idea about the differentiation between the sects conflict and the political conflict. You have to differentiate between them because politicians or political conflict it will be always, let's say, it seems for outsiders of Islam that all conflicts because of religion. It seems like that, but it is not, because governments have other opinion to say. So politicians and governments conflict. They usually use religions and this sects, aqidah, to motivate people of hating the other country. So the majority of the conflict is political conflict. It is not a religious conflict. It is not because of religion. It's because of politics. You need to make a boogeyman that your people should be afraid of, and you will protect them, and they will support you of protecting them. That's a dirty game that politicians and leaders is playing since the revolution, or the French Revolution. Anybody read the book is The Prince for Nicola Machiavelli. The Prince. It's about politics and army tactics and strategics. Anybody read that, he will know that you can use the fear of other country and redirect the people attention of their religion against another religion, not because of the religion, because of the political enemy. So Dr. Jordan Peterson, I believe he do not know that. He cannot differentiate between the political conflict and the religious sects conflict. So most of it is political. Thank you, Mar, with $2 super chat. Jazakallah khair. I think it is because he's telling is what to do. He's telling us what to do. Do you mean? Yeah, he's not telling by like order of master slave relationship. No, he's giving an advice. He talk like that with Christians. He talk like that with everybody. So we don't have to be so sensitive, guys. Like this is feminine traits. I'm not talking about you, Mars. I'm talking like generally speaking. Generally speaking, you don't have to be that sensitive. If anybody talk to you, no, it's just the way that he says it. That's feminine traits. That's how women try to debunk any like strong argument. It's not what you say, it's how you said it. Let him say it how he want. I will I will understand the message. I will understand the message. Not you said it this way. You have to say it in other way because that hurts my feeling. So no, you do not be sensitive like females. Guys, come on, man up. Mustafa, I would say he lacks genuine knowledge. Yeah, he already admit that. He says I'm ignorant about Islam several times. He doesn't know knowledge about the nature of conflict. Yeah, he's totally ignorant about that. About the conflict we have with the Zionist. Yeah, but I strongly believe he doesn't have a bad intention with his word. Much respect, Coach Kareem. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Mustafa. That's what I'm saying. He do not have genuine bad intention against Muslim. Actually, he near cried. He near cried when he listened to Muhammad Hijab telling him there's a lot of Muslims like they admire you and they like to hear you and they watch your videos, they read your book. He near cried. This man is so sensitive. He is so sensitive, and he have a good intention for people in general. That's why he wrote his book. That's why He's giving all of his lectures for free on YouTube. It's for free. You can find the lectures of his university, like an official lectures for students. It is for free for everyone. That's why his project is to make an online university available for everyone, for people who do not have to pay, who do not have a lot of money to pay. So he do not have a devil like and a demonic bad intention towards Muslim. People who know Jordan Peterson like very well, like me, I know this man very well, over than 300 to 400 hours. I listened to him. I read his book or most of his book. So I know this man inside out. So he do not have this bad intention or like he hates Muslim from inside. He want to destroy your aqidah. No, no, he doesn't know your aqidah to destroy it. No, that's like overreaction. That's really overreaction. Ahmed say, do you think black pill is real? What does the black pill have to do with what I'm saying? Do not talk for just for talking. Come on, guys. We have a subject here. We are talking about something. But you're right, coach. He did admit it. Yeah, yeah, several times. But it's not fair to equalize the criminal and the victim. You can't ask Palestinians, for example, to be nice and peaceful. Yeah, I totally agree. I totally agree. And I'm mentioning that I hope he will see my video and get this point of view because I'm sure he doesn't know it. I'm sure he doesn't know the difference between to to have a conflict or to have an issue with the Jews for being Jews or with Jews that occupy my country. I will never feel good regarding somebody occupying my country. We have a major war for us in Jordan around 40 years ago with the Zionist occupation. They was trying to come inside our country, Jordan, and we defeat them, thanks God. So they are our enemy. Who's trying to take my country? He's our enemy. If I catch him, I will split him in half without hesitation at all. Because I have to defend myself and to defend my country. Do I have to love him? No. There is no nation mentioned in the existence in the all of human history. The owners of the land, they treat the occupier well. Never ever. So that's very clear. It is not about he hurt my feelings or something. It is that he is in no position to address the Muslims in that way. Yeah, he has. Anybody can address anybody, Zakaria. Zakaria, I can talk to Christians right now. What will happen? Nothing. Anybody can address anybody with general advice. That's okay. Why I have to be sensitive about it? You're not in the position to talk to Muslim. There is no positions to talk to Muslims. Anybody can talk to anybody with a general advice, with a polite manner. Yeah, anybody can talk to anybody. There is no designation or certificate or a license that you have to take before speaking to a group of people. No, you don't. That's internet. That's YouTube. I'll put my video and they will watch it. They like it. You take value from it. You can gain something. You don't like it. Don't listen to it. That's it. There is no position to address Muslims in that way, and he is not in position to teach our religion. He's not trying to teach you your religion. Come on. He's not trying to teach you your religion. He never said that. It is a straw man. You're building your own Jordan Peterson and blaming him. You're not you're not really listening for what he's saying, and you're assuming a lot of things that he never mentioned. Mar, I am a female. Sorry, should have mentioned that. You're welcome, Mar. You're welcome. Thanks for the super chat. He's a Zionist. How he is a Zionist? He's not even a Jew. How he is a Zionist? Or you're trolling Zachary? You're just trolling, or like, because there's no trolls in my channel at all. There's no trolls. I have no time for this bullshit. How he is a Zionist? How? Zionist shell. How? Again, how he is a Zionist shell? You sounds like feminist. Anybody talk anything about female responsibility? You're a misogynist. That's bullshit. That's bullshit. There are Muslims who hate Jews for being a Jew because of the Zionism. Yeah, and that's wrong. Yes, you're right, Faris. But I agree that not the majority feels that or act the same act. So there is no accuracy. Yes, you're right. You're right. There is some. There is some. They misunderstand that it is not because of their religion, it's because of their occupation of Muslim land. Some people do not differentiate, and that's wrong. They are not the majority of Muslims. The majority of Muslims, they differentiate between an occupier and like a peaceful Jew living in Romania, for example, doing nothing toward Muslim. Do I hate this man? No. He did nothing like against me to hate him. I can't take that. Yeah, I can't take that. I have no time for this bullshit. Zachary. Plus, he works with Ben Shapiro. Yeah, in the last 2 weeks. So that's how you know that he's a Zionist shell after he get banned from Twitter in the last 2 weeks. So before that, he was not a Zionist shell. Now he's a Zionist shell. How old are you, Zachary? 5 years old? That's so naive. Let's get back to it, guys.
For those who purport to be followers of God, to act like it, and to be convincing in those actions, even to those whose premature cynicism and skepticism have driven them into the towers of Babel, constructed by the avatars of the resentful intellect. Is there someone in the Muslim world willing to build an electronic system to bring people from the Sunni and Shiite community together? A place where people of goodwill could reach electronically across the divide, person to person, and to formulate the kinds of personal, trusting friendships upon which a lasting peace truly might be founded? A place where Jews and Christians, willing and eager to open communication with their Muslim brothers, might do just that? There's a task for someone looking for a purpose, and it's an open invitation to do just that. If you
He's giving some suggestions that Muslim sects like Sunni and Shia, they have to find a way to fix their problem and to unite and to fix the problems like the conflict between between Muslims and Jew. It's not a conflict between Muslims and Jew. Again, Dr. Jordan Peterson, it's a conflict between landowners and occupier. So how are we gonna fix that? Yeah, leave the country, leave the land for its owners. That's how we fix it. We can't fix it by talking. Yeah, they're not backing up by negotiation. So if they leave the country for the original owners, that's that can be fixed. And here I'm talking about the like the Zionist occupation. I'm not talking about the regular like Jews who have nothing to do with Israel, like who's living in other countries and do not support. The Orthodox Jews, for example, do not support Israel and they do not live in it. And they support the right of the original landowners, which is the Palestinian. They say this is mistake, this is against Torah, and we do not support that occupation. Do I have problem with Orthodox Jews? No, I don't have problem with them at all. They never they never occupied any Muslim country. They do not support the occupation of Muslim country. So I have no problem with them. It is not a Jew-Muslim conflict. It's an occupier and landowner conflict. I believe there's no better way to put it than this way.
You build it, they will come. If you build it, get in touch with me. You'll figure out how to do it, and I'll publicize it. Thank you, all my Muslim listeners, watchers, and readers, for your kind attention and patience. I wish you well as you strive to become the light in the world that your faith truly demands. Let's see if we can unite as people of the book and negotiate our way toward the paradise that we might truly and jointly attain.
Okay, it's done. Regarding what he says in the last part of it, okay, let me take Hossam comment first. Well, his tone was condescending when he blamed the killing in our area on the Shia and Sunni. He never mentioned the word killing. He never mentioned that. He never blamed killing on anyone. He was talking in generalities, like as a conflict, like please find a way to fix this conflict. He never mentioned the killing and it's whose fault and no. Yeah, and forgetting the killing committed by Christians, Jews against Muslims. He never mentioned any killing, Hassan. He was talking in very general sense. He never mentioned any war, any killing. No. So, for what he says in the last piece, and I believe because I know this guy, like I know Dr. Jordan Peterson very well. I believe his intention was that we, the people of the book, who have a lot of values in common, we should unite against the real enemy who have no value and who is working against all of us. So that's his main message. He never mentioned fighting also. He said conflict. So you're just putting words in his mouth, and he never blamed anyone in it. He advised like the both parties, the Sunni and the Shia, to find a way to communicate and to fix the problem. That's very general sense advice. So yeah, what I was saying. Okay, In the general sense, he's saying that we should unite as the three religions, the book people, the Muslims, Jews, and the Christians, against the real enemy who have real issue against all of our value in common. That's his main message. Does that equal, or does that mean that he's preaching to the new one religion, the Abraham religion, which unites the three religion under one belief? No, no, I don't think so. That's what he meant. But a lot of people with victimhood mindset just connecting between this and what's happening in UAE regarding what they call it, Dar al-Adyan al-Ibrahimi, which is the temple for all Abrahamic religion, where they have masjid and church and synagogue in the same like area, in the same place, for the three religion, three worshiping building, let's say. So they connect that with no evidence. His general advice that we should unite. We have a lot of values in common, and we should unite against the real enemy that fight our values, trying to destroy our families, trying to destroy our moral structure, which we have in common, and he's against all of us. So we should unite against this. And to be honest, talking to Muslims in general is a real sensitive matter. And I believe Dr. Jordan Peterson not did a mistake, but he shouldn't do it before understand Muslims and and the political effect regarding the Israeli Muslims conflict, and like he have to gather some more information about that before he talk to Muslims, and to realize how sensitive these issues to Muslims in general before he do that. So does he did a mistake? For people who know him, they will understand what he's saying. But for the general public, as you said, as you saw in the comment, he's a Zionist shell. That's bullshit. You can't prove that. He's working with Ben Shapiro. Yeah, after he got banned from Twitter, there is a cooperation between Jordan Peterson and Ben Shapiro, because they are both considered conservatives, and they are working against the leftist and the new Marxist liberals. So yeah, they cooperate with each other as a conservative. That does not mean he's a Zionist shell, generally speaking. So there is no connection. You can throw words out of your mouth without having anything to back it up. Just assume anything's from your mind. So there is no real evidence of that. So I will consider it crap, bullshit. He literally says it's time you and the Muslim world to stop fighting among each other. Yeah, and how does he blame Sunni or blame Shia by saying that? Does that statement mean he blame anyone? He's addressing the general conflict between sects of Muslim, like just please fix it and unite. That's the general sense. That's the general understanding from what he's saying. He never blamed anyone, as you said. I agree with you about his lack of information about Islam. Yeah, yeah. He he really have a lack of information, and he admitted it several times. I don't think he do not even know about Abrahamic religion. Yeah, I don't think so. That was something in the Arab world. He do not. He's not very interested. He's not interested and concentrate. He do not concentrate on issues in like in inside the Arab worlds. Abrahamic religion. I do not why people. I do not know why people. You mean they into that? Yeah, nobody knows about that from the Western world in general. Hmm. Most of the world they do not concentrate about the interior issue that we have in the Arab world. They do not. They do not. Our nations is interested in what happened in their countries more than they are interested about what happens in our countries. Most of Western people are ignorant about what about Arab world or about Islam. They are totally ignorant. If you ask random people, like generally speaking in the West, what do you know about Islam? Oh, they ride camels and they wear hijab. Yeah, that's what you know. They know nothing. They know literally nothing. Yeah. So it came to end, guys. Do you have any more comments, questions? Assalamu alaikum wa alaikum assalam. Sabr, rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Korean brothers and sisters. Alaikum salam, akhi. You came late. We're wrapping it up. So yeah, guys, that was my take on what Dr. Jordan Peterson say. In the last in conclusion, I do not believe that Dr. Jordan Peterson have a bad intention toward Muslims. He know nothing about Aqidah and Aqidah differences between Sunni and Shia and like other Muslim sects. He do not know anything about them. He mentioned that. He admit that he's ignorant about Islam. He doesn't know anything. So there's no need to demonize the man that one of the sheikhs that I respect. I respect this guy. But in this reaction, like for what he wrote, he was just talking about something that he don't know. He's saying uh, his response was Jordan Peterson is trying to change the aqidah of our deen to match the Shia and the Jews and the Christians. The man doesn't know what aqidah mean. Doesn't know anything about that. Doesn't know any differences between Sunni, Shi'i, Salafi, Sufi, Ash'ari. He doesn't know anything about that. So how will he have like this bad demonic intention towards Muslim to destroy your aqidah and he knows nothing about it? No, no, no. He's just trying to give like a general advice. He knows that there is some conflict between Sunni and Shia, and he says it's better to fix it like internally in your religion, to find a common ground, like to fix the conflict inside Islam. And that's generally from an outsider. That's an advice with a good intention. And he says that the general message of his video is we have a lot of in common in values with the Jews and Christians, and there is an enemies that have a lot of bad intention against all the values that we have in common. So we should unite against this enemy. He never says that we have to unite all the religions and to destroy all of your aqidah and to make a new aqidah. He never said that. That's very general advice, guys. So do not demonize the man. And brother, one of the brothers says that I do not advise Muslims to take anything or to listen at all to Dr. Jordan Peterson because he says that. The man is a scientist. He have a lot of knowledge. He have a lot of knowledge regarding psychology, sociology, and behavioral psychology. He's very brilliant in that field. So if you're interested as a Muslim with these subjects and this field, it will be so beneficial to listen to this man. I listen to him myself. I listen to him to myself, to his university lectures, to his debates, argument, and interviews and public interviews. I read his books, and I gained a lot of value and a lot of knowledge from this man. So you can just erase the man from existence, or like tell people there's no benefit at all in Jordan Peterson literature, in anything. Why? Because he says one sentence that provoked me. Mm, that's not justice. That's not. It up to you guys. If you don't like to listen to him, maybe you're not interested in psychology at all. So it up to you. For me, yeah, I listen to him and I read his books. I believe there's a lot of values in it. And even if he says something bad that I don't like, I will never ignore that he said a lot of things right and have a lot of value and a lot of knowledge reserve that I can take. So I'll give you a smaller example. If somebody give you 1 million in good information and give you two bad information, two like lies as an information. So, can I say never ever take any information from this guy? No, that will be emotional response. That will be emotional reaction. I will acknowledge that he have a lot of knowledge and a lot of benefits for people who's interested in these fields that he's brilliant in as a scientist, and like he did a mistake here. So ignore this mistake and learn from the good things. Yeah, I believe that's more justice. May Allah guide him to the truth of Islam. Ameen. Ameen, Ya Rab. In general, I think the underlining message of Jordan video was essentially promote peace. Yes, and to unite against the real enemy, the real evil. Yeah. Sabr, I believe it is too much overreaction. Yeah, yeah. A lot of people is so sensitive. They are more sensitive than females. He can't talk to Muslims like that. It's not what he said, it's how he said it. He's just a white man trying to tell Muslims what to do. Sounds like Black Lives Matter's pussies. No, 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 no. You have to be a little bit solid, brother. Not anything can provoke you and make your blood boiling. Easy, easy, man. So, Jordan Peterson clearly lack knowledge about Islam. Yeah, totally agree. And but he's still knowledgeable about psychology, of course, philosophy and such. Bad delivery, I'd say. Yeah, I totally agree, Akhi. I totally agree. I listen to atheists, guys. I used to, like long time ago, around 15 years ago, I started by reading for atheist philosophers and very wild atheist philosophers. I listened to atheist scholars, like about their field, about their field, because they have some knowledge about their fields, about their sciences. Yeah, if he says something that I don't like, I will throw all of his scientific literature in the garbage. No, that's very emotional response. I hope it's so clear. Like my opinion on this is so clear, and I'm saying it again. That's my opinion from a person who knows Jordan Peterson very well, knows the English language very well among other languages, and read in it on a daily basis. So yeah, thank you guys. Support the channel, guys. Support the series. Like, comment, subscribe. Thank you very much, guys. I firmly believe that he was he was kind if trying to test Muslim men in general to see whether they will have an emotional reaction. You think it's a trap, Mo? Is he's putting a trap to see who's triggered easily? Well, it doesn't work on me. It works on a lot of people. Sensitive like a teenager girls. He can't say that to Muslims. Anybody can say anything. If you're triggered easily, like you have to fix yourself. Get special treatment. But book a counseling with me through Red Pill Arabic. Here is it. Here is it. Book a counseling with me, and I'll help you to get over it. Okay. From my opinion, the overprotect mashayikh, yeah, overprotected. They're acting like moms. The overprotective behavior. Yeah. Advertising is wrong to build a string individual. You gotta let them hear the opposite opinion. Yeah, yeah. We'll see you next week, Miles. I got to go also. Thank you guys for supporting the show, for counseling in both for English speakers and Arabic speakers. I have guys from all over the world, by the way, booking cancellation with me. You can do it through redpillarabic.com, and if you can't, like, if you faced any problem, just send me an email on info@redpillarabic.com, and we will help you to book the council. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Izochi enjoyed your breakdown. Thanks, coach. You're most welcome, bro. Take care, guys. Salaam alaikum.